Hey guys, welcome back to Fiona's Universe, or welcome if you're new. I think that's the first time I haven't messed up my intro in like the past month, so everyone give me a round of applause. Thanks. Today's video is very impulsive, not gonna lie, just like everything I do, but I really want to sit down and talk about publishing today with you guys, just like we were last week, but we're doing this video on a more brighter topic. Last week we talked about my traditional publishing fail, or like the whole story of how my publishing company went downhill, so to speak. So definitely go watch that video if you haven't already. But this video is going to be dedicated to what I was talking about in the later half of that video, and it is like my publishing pursuits moving forward, if that makes sense. Today we are going to be zeroing in on my debut novel, which is a topic I've avoided for a very long time in my personal life and on the internet as well. If I'm being honest, filming right now is not a good idea for me, because although I have to get a video up for you guys tomorrow, I am in the middle of probably the busiest week of school to ever exist for me, and it is also the last week of school. I think my last thing is actually due next Thursday, but by then all my exams are basically done, so it's less of a big deal. So yeah, I really hope that this video is interesting to you guys, because honestly it is a form of escapism for me at this point. Part of me was gonna not post this week, but the other part of me was going to, you know, do this super exciting video, and that's what we settled on, because honestly talking about this kind of thing is making me look forward to the next 4 months when I'm gonna not be in school and I can dedicate my time to stuff like publishing, and I'm so excited. So I really couldn't wait to film this planning, prepping my ideas sort of video. Today we're going to explore a lot of different topics that go into publishing. I'm going to share my thoughts so far with you guys on the book and on cover and the logistics and my editing plan and stuff like that. And then later on in this little mini series we're doing about publishing, I'm going to do lots of vlogs for you guys, I hope. So there will be revision vlogs, cover designing vlogs. I'm gonna vlog the entire process for you, the ups, the downs, and I know there will be lots of them because I have self-published before, and even with a 40-page poetry collection, prose collection, the formatting was kind of nightmare fuel, and the formatting of the cover. So I anticipate challenges with a full-length novel. I'm sorry if you hear some background noise. The laundry did just start, so I can't really do anything about that, but I'm gonna try and talk loud and clear for you guys that was a bad start, as usual. But yeah, I am going to first go into a little bit of like how I'm feeling about publishing and self-publishing specifically, because this is a big 180 for me. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that. I originally just wanted to self-publish short fiction and traditionally publish long-form content, but honestly, short-form fiction is not really my focus right now whatsoever, so maybe one day, yeah, but I am hoping just to have like a successful self-publishing journey. I feel like that's 100% possible. People do it all the time, so I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to have my work in people's hands, no matter how many people. Even if it was just one, I would be happy. And I'm thrilled to be giving you guys and whoever wants to read it a book that I have always wanted to read in a genre that I feel like is so much smaller than it should be, and that is of course dystopian. I feel like anytime a new dystopian work emerges, people go crazy for it, even if it's just like some dystopian elements. Like honestly, my mind goes to Shatter Me, because it's like a more recent, but still like 2010s, that's when it was written for the most part. So like it's very nostalgic for me, because that's what I grew up reading and that's what I fell in love with reading. So it is very fitting that that would be my opening trilogy in the author space. If you don't know what dystopian trilogy I'm talking about my trilogy project / which you actually don't say, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to market that with the sign language of sorts, the hand gestures that you use to say that. Anyway, that's really complicated, so I'm not gonna get into that right now, but you can watch my video explaining book 1. I did talk a little bit about Books 2 and 3, I believe. We haven't written 2 and 3 yet, but this was my NaNoWriMo book last year, which you can also watch me in 2 different parts, writing throughout all the weeks. So yeah. Oh no, week 1 and the last week. So you'll see like my whole progress basically. But yeah, those are vlogs that I need to rewatch because it makes me so happy to see that book come to life. And now I really want to bring it to life for real in my hands, if that makes sense. Let me get you guys up to speed. So I like initially had this idea like just over a week ago. We obviously talked about it a little bit in the video last week, but I have been feeling super passionate about it ever since. So why did I choose Below, that's book 1 of the series, as my debut? There's a lot of reasons. I think it's because, like I said, the genre is smaller than it should be. This is a book that I freaking love to read. I've been rereading it since I started writing it, which you're like not supposed to do, but I could not get enough of it. I was like having imposter syndrome, not in the fact that I didn't believe that I could do it. I couldn't believe that I did it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm reading this book and I'm like, these can't be my words, but they are. Like, I just am so in love with it, guys. And obviously I feel that way for like all of my books, but this one's just very special. And the world comes to life in a way that is just so effortless seeming. And like, I just love it so much. I belong there, even though it's kind of obviously dystopian. But oh my god, guys, I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this book and these characters. Lord Garnet is like my favorite book boyfriend of all time. He is, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. He is a very serious person. But when he uses his humor, it makes me laugh out loud. Like, I was doing a reread the other day, a couple nights ago, on my iPad, and I literally laughed out loud multiple times. It's so, I can't even put it into words, but I am going to start with a reread. And on my iPad, I've been leaving myself notes on grammatical things because the first time I wrote it during NaNoWriMo, obviously I was doing it quite quickly, so there's literally random letters in the middle of sentences and like stuff like that. I'm reworking certain sentences as well, like if I think there's a better way it could be said, I put that in the notes as well. I highlight my favorite lines because later on when I'm marketing, I really want to be able to share those with you guys. And you guys know I'm very transparent with my books, so I want to really help you guys know this world and these characters before you get your hands on the book in a way that's not going to give anything away and make the reading experience even better, hopefully. So I am doing my reread. I haven't been doing it every single day or anything. I did it just the one night and I got pretty far, but then I got distracted because I wanted to read some of my favorite scenes, and this is where we get to the problems. So in my books, I write like young adult, and I would say this dystopian is definitely young adult. It can be classified as young adult. However, with romance, I am very comfortable with writing romance and everything that comes along with that, having been writing fan fiction since I was 15. But there's a little bit of a line that can be crossed when it comes to my family. So that's why I really wanted my debut for a long time to be Something Nameless, which is the first book in my fantasy series. Because there's romance in it. It gets a little heated at the end, but like not in like a sexual way. It's more just like in a really like intimate and in love way. In Below, there's a little bit more of a explicit references to it. And obviously there's no scenes of that. There's definitely scenes that I would say are more spicy. There's no scenes of like the thing though, because you can't put that in young adult. And this is not an adult series because it's a little dystopian YA. It's my personal favorite. But I want to leave those scenes in for you girls and everyone. I just refer to everyone as girls, even my boyfriend. Don't yell at me. I want to leave it in for you guys, but my family, because I eat it up. I'm like, ooh, simmer down, Lord, simmer down. You know, it gets a little heated. I wish I could share those quotes with you guys, but I think it might cross a line on YouTube. Actually, it probably wouldn't. I can totally share them. I will get into that more in one of the vlogs, the problem areas where it gets a little bit too spicy, for lack of a better word, for my family parents' eyes. My parents have both read Something Nameless, and it's a little bit uncomfortable for me to reread now, certain parts of it, just because it's romance heavy, but they both are readers and they know that that's in most contemporary fiction, so it's no problem. But Below is heavy on the romance. Like, it's half romance, half dystopian. Like, they're in a dystopian world and they have these dystopian tasks and careers. Like, they're both in the guard, so you know, it's very much not like in any way me, but like the fact that my like grandparents probably would read this because it would be my debut, right? Like, they want to support me, which is obviously so amazing and so great. I'm very grateful for my supportive family, but at the same time, I'm wondering if I should surprise them with the novel once it comes out and like have it be a not even YA, have it be like a PG-13 version. And I don't want to have to do that because I don't know, it takes some of the fun out of it for me, because like I'm gonna have to make a whole separate copy, you know. I don't think that's necessary. I think I just need to throw caution to the wind and let whatever happen. But like, my extended family will read this, like, which is amazing, but like you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else has had this dilemma, but it is a dilemma for me. So far, that's the only problem I've run into, except for cover design. Cover design is a question mark for me. I really struggle with cover design. I love designing things in general. I have my Redbubble shop where I design bookish and writing merch. If you guys are interested, I also used to make a lot of videos about that. And I'm like a very avid Canva user. Speaking of which, I am going to be starting my Canva Pro subscription trial. I don't know. Probably at the end of next week, I'll probably get it for myself as a reward for finishing school. You know, I might take a couple days to just do nothing after school because this term has been the hardest one of my life. But I really want to start doing like Redbubble designs on Canva. I want to do Instagram posts on Canva. I want to do all that with the Canva Pro, and then obviously cover designing as well. And the biggest roadblock I've found is I want the cover, I actually know what I want it to look like. I want the cover to be Lord's mask that he wears as the warden, and it's a very angular mask, and I haven't been able to find any like free for commercial use, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the correct wording, but like non-copywritten images or symbols even that look anything like the picture in my head. And then I want to do a June bug on the mask, potentially, or maybe that can be in the next novel. I want to do the slash slash across the mask, which I think I can all do in Photoshop. I do have experience with that. And I want lightning in the background and on like the back cover, if that makes sense. I want like lightning as the backdrop and like a smog dystopian feel. I have never had a book where I can see the cover so clearly as I can see this one, except for some reason the novellas for Something Nameless, like the Nameless series, I want them to be the dragon's eyes. Like Rosie would be the first novella, Kata the second, and then their child, spoiler alert, the third. However, I have no idea for any of my other books. Like, no idea. And that's what really stunts me with publishing, honestly. Like, because I want the cover to be not just good, but like fantastic. Like, if I saw it in the bookstore, I would need to pick it up. You know what I mean? It's almost like a YouTube thumbnail in that that's the first impression a lot of readers are getting from your book. So I don't want it to be like half-hearted, but I also am not spending money on this cover beyond like a Canva Pro subscription, because I can't be spending $600 on something like that. I think that their work, some of these cover designers' work, are incredible. I would love to have the funds and the ability to pay somebody to make me a cover that's that good. I've done so much research on this, but I really can't invest money into this. Like, I don't want to be losing any money on this book because, well, writing is not like my full-time job or anything, but I definitely don't want to lose money on it because it's just like my passion, right? So I don't really know about the cover, you guys. You're definitely going to be seeing a lot of vlogs of me trying to figure that out. If you have any recommendations for like free for commercial use images sites, like I've used Pexels, I've used a couple others, they don't have what I'm looking for in terms of the mask, and I genuinely don't know how to put it into words. Like, it's just like a very angular black mask with small eye holes and 2 slashes through the front. I don't know. And then the font will be moderately simple, just below a project slash series, something like that, and then Fiona Holland. I don't know, guys. I might do the June bug on the spine as well. I think that'd be cute. There isn't actually a June bug in this book though. There is in the second book. Her name is June though, so it works. It works. I also kind of want to do June's blade on the side of the book. I think that would be badass AF. I think that'd be so cool. Are you kidding me? Imagine on your bookshelf and there's a blade, a knife on the spine of the book, and then like the word is written up the blade. So cool. Okay, that's enough talking about cover. If you have any recommendations for me, please let me know. I'm actually begging for advice. I have no idea how I'm gonna make this work, but I do have experience with the KDP cover calculator, so I know how that works, thank goodness. I think I'm at like 75k for this book, which isn't actually a lot. I'm assuming that in my revision it's going to grow. I have a list of revisions I believe that I can read to you right now. My revision plan so far is to do my reread, I guess my first read, you know what I mean? Because when you write it, technically you're not also reading it. I don't know. I've written bits and pieces obviously, or read bits and pieces of it obviously, but I definitely am gonna do that on my iPad. I'm gonna go into the document, I'm gonna make those changes grammatically and sentence structure wise, and then I'm going to, maybe I'm doing this out of order. No, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm going to go into these revisions. So this is what I am going to initially be looking for in my like reworking, not in my like line editing, if that makes sense, not like grammatically, because that's just gonna be done in the iPad one for the first time. It's gonna happen again, don't worry. But see, these are some of the revisions I have written while writing the book. So I always do this. It helps me to know where I need to place my focus when I go into editing. So the first one is enhance their backstory, Echo, Lord, and the friends. So strengthening my side characters, essentially, because it's hard to do that in an NaNoWriMo setting. I think they're all very good and very amazing, but I want more like meat to them, if that makes sense. Change deviance, because I learned that it actually means like a deviant, but I also think that could be kind of cool to play with. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Capitalization of them when referring to above. I definitely did that most of the time, but I want to include it even more because I think it's so cool. It's such a great element. Add the / more. More on the wall. There's like a sort of fence they built around the city to further enclose these people. There are weak points you can go under that are left by moth. That's so cool, I didn't remember. Decide if it's capitalized at a part where they go around it to reach the carousel / fortress. I also think I was going to change wall to be something else. I can't remember what it was. I never actually changed the wall. I feel like I had a word that I was going to change it to, and I really don't know what it was, and it's really bothering me. The barrier? I don't know. I am going to change it to something. So that's irrelevant right now, but who cares? Anyway, moving on. Make Vigor Calico like Vidya, who's my cat. yeah, I think I already did that, but I want to make it more obvious that she's a calico cat. More flashbacks is another one. Like June, they're not supposed to remember anything from above, like before they fell into Nether, but June kind of has flashbacks, which is very bad. She is not allowed to have those. Like it's bad, but it's good for the readers because we get to know the tea. But I need to add more of those just to like really drive it home. And then make sure there's a piano at the Prime's house. I think there is one stated to be. And angels, there definitely is, because there's an angel statue. I added that in later. And maybe a painting and statue. Yeah, girl, we did it. We did that already. Anyway, yeah, I have those revisions, and then I also have a word bank where I was keeping track of all the terms in this world. They're all almost crossed off except for // which I need to make more explicit in the book. And then also I have little aspects of the characters that I really want to, again, drive home for the readers. Like June has a bracelet made of leather, braided leather, that she plays with. I like to mention that when she gets anxious. It's very important to her character. And then same with the artistic skills of the edifice workers. So Moth, Flint, and Navy. That's their names. It's been so long since I've read this book, guys. But they have very distinct artistic abilities, and Moth's has to do with general art. Oh no, hers is like architecture. Navy's is general art, like she's a tattoo artist on the side, and then fashion design. So she works in like textiles because you have to be useful in Nether. And then Flint is an engineer, which is less artistic, but he is like a designer of a lot of the tech in the society. I also really want to like make more about the cadres because there's some really cool ones, like the harvesters. Like I want to make that so much more of a thing, like how there's like fields of crops and how they supply food for this entire little society. And yeah, that's fun. I love talking about food in my books. It's like, it's so fun for me. But yeah, that's the plan for some of the revisions I need to make. And then obviously after all of those writing revisions are made, I'm gonna do another read through for grammar. That's either gonna be on my computer using some, like, I don't know, spell checking. That's literally what I'm gonna do, spell checking. Then order a copy of the book and do my annotations physically. So excited about that. So excited about that. With more of like the finished book, with all those scenes added and everything. And then I might or might not hire a ARC reader. I saw Sincerely V, she got an ARC reader for her book, and honestly hearing that and like the feedback she got from the ARC reader was like really inspiring for me to do that. But again, there's a lot of things that go into that for me, like financial stuff. Like I don't really have the money to be investing into my writing right now, unfortunately. I mean, I have it. I probably shouldn't use it for that though. So I hopefully maybe we can put aside my YouTube money, or maybe I'll be working by then, so maybe I can put some money aside to invest in hiring an ARC reader. I would love to do that, and that might fit into any of these steps. Again, this is just my general thoughts on how I'm approaching this project. It's a big one, the biggest one of all time for me so far in my journey, but that might happen after I add the scenes in. I'll do whatever that person recommends to me if I choose to do this, and then I will do my final read in a physical copy from Amazon KDP. The book will not be out at this time. It will be an author copy. I love the fact that I'm gonna have an author copy and then have like an actual copy of the book. Hopefully I have a bajillion. But yeah, that's the plan. And then hopefully the book will be ready and I can publish it. My goal is to have this out by the fall time. Please don't hold me to that, but I would love a fall release. And I really want to dedicate these months that I have off of school to my writing because it's the most important thing to me. And with that being said, to my YouTube, because it goes hand in hand, right? So I really want to be like bonding with people on authortube. That's one of my big goals, is to like meet more creators and hopefully collab with them and join more live streams, host more live streams, and also to connect with you guys. So once the book is out, I would love ARC readers to help me. I just realized I was saying ARC. I mean alpha reader. I'm hiring an alpha reader, and then I'm gonna have ARC readers as well. I'm sure that was fixed in the editing. I'm really sorry. That it's hiring an alpha reader to help me edit. Sorry, that was a dumb person moment. I'm exhausted. Please forgive me. Anyway, I want to get a couple ARC readers who are creators in the book talk space, book talk, writer talk, authortube, Instagram even, and I definitely will be willing to send them copies, and they can in return make me some content. It's not going to be anything serious, but I really want that sort of reader and writer connection to be made early on. And then I also, guys, this is talking way into the future, but when the release date is approaching and here, I want to do a giveaway for the first time ever, where I will hopefully get to give you guys some exclusive below project / merch that I design, and a signed copy of the book, of course, a signed copy of the book. So if you're interested in that, stick around and stay tuned for the release, because I know I'm way ahead of myself right now, but I know if I lock in with this, it can happen, and I honestly can't wait. So I really hope that you're as excited as I am. I know you won't be, because obviously it's my book, so I'm the most excited, but I love the idea of me, you know, doing a giveaway. Maybe I'll do like I'll send like 3 of the giveaway boxes. I don't want to promise that, but like I feel like just the one book and maybe some merch. I want to give it to more of you guys, you know, like you deserve it. You guys are my whole life. I love you. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. I feel like this video has been really chaotic, but I just wanted to have a chance to passionately talk about how I'm approaching this whole thing, and kind of, my cats are playing with their bird, kind of officially like hold myself accountable to begin this process in a week's time. Just over a week's time, because I still have exams and assignments and I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. I'm fine. Anyway, yeah, once I have the energy and the time to be pouring into this, I'm pouring it in. You guys rest assured. That's not how you say that. Sorry. Let's get back on track here. I hope that you've enjoyed listening to me talk about sort of some problems I'm having with the content in the book, and then also cover, and then also how I'm approaching the revisions, and also the release. So that's like the main things I wanted to touch on here. And then also just like how my thoughts on publishing have sort of shifted, which we talked about in last week's video as well. Anyway, I really hope that you guys are looking forward to this. I sure am, obviously. And I can't wait for this to be a part of my writing journey this year. It's a big moment for me. And I'm proud of myself for getting to this point even. So yeah, come along for the journey in the vlogs coming up, and hopefully we have a book out in the fall time. This is going to be my debut novel, as I said, of 10 novels. So with that being said, it was a very hard choice. Obviously, that's like a whole top of a bookshelf, you know. I'm like looking at them all and I love them all so much. So choosing below, it means a lot to me based on the genre, the characters, and what I look for in a book. But I honestly can't wait to publish all of them. So this is not the last you'll hear from me with publishing. So yeah, I can't wait. And I'm just, I don't even know how to put it into words. Wait, I have something else to say. I'm gonna stop yapping about below because I could do that all day. But I am so grateful for you guys subscribing. Last week, I was just about to hit 3K subscribers, and within like a minute of me posting the video last week, I hit 3K subscribers and I was so excited, guys. You guys have no idea. I made a TikTok about like, don't you feel, it's a trend, don't you feel stupid posting to like 3K subscribers? And I was like, 3K subscribers, because that's genuinely how I feel. I am so grateful for this community. I've wanted this my entire life and I can't wait to share this journey with you guys. I really can't. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, I love posting authortube videos. If that's what you're into, join our little group of friends. And with that being said, if you make authortube content and you want to collab with me on any style of video, please reach out to me either in my email or in the comment section. I try my best to answer all comments unless they are, you know, not nice, then I delete them. But I try my best to interact with you guys, like even if it's just liking the comments. So I'm so grateful for everyone who like interacts with my videos. I don't know why certain creators don't interact with their comment section. Like, it's my favorite part. So I would love to talk to you guys, even if you're just a writer, you don't post content. I would love to hear about your books, your publishing pursuits. Again, if you have any tips for me, let me know. I would love any advice from people with more experience than me. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I can't believe there's 3,000 of you. Crazy. I will talk to you guys again soon in a week when my life has simmered down so much. I can't believe in a week this is all gonna be basically over, apart from one exam. But yeah, I'm just really excited. Okay, I'm really excited. I love you guys, and I will see you again very, very soon. Happy writing!